lady that really doesn't need an introduction, but just to introduce to some and to present to others. Francesca Appolito is in the building today, and I just want to encourage everyone, if you're a woman, if you are a man, right, or a human being, I don't want you to miss what we're talking about today. And today we're talking about diet. We're talking about diet. We're talking about food. We're talking about motivation. We're talking about that why. We're talking about diet. So I'm going to start just for a moment, letting Francesca Appolito get on the microphone right now and tell the people what's going on in your life.
In my life. Good evening, everybody. My life, I've been a coach. Jay likes to say different words.
Speak on it. Speak on it. Come on, teacher. Yes, you are.
A little bit over 40 years.
Come on now.
I've worked with Jay. I've also worked with many bodybuilders, nutritionists, life coaches. I would say I'm all of the above after all the years of experience. I like to change people's lives.
There we go.
I'm not all about, diet. You have to stay on this diet. It's about changing the way you think, changing the way you feel, changing the way you act, live, everything. And at my age of over 59 years old, I feel great. I'm not on any kind of medications.
Come on.
Nothing.
Come on.
I just, it's a spiritual thing as well as just nutrition, because you could heal yourself through nutrition. So all the fad diets that we're going to be talking about today.
Absolutely.
It's not about like who's better than this and what works. It's about everything. It's about living longer. It's about feeling better. It's about being empowered. And that's what I like to do, especially because I train a lot of women. And so a lot of times they come to me in a broken state, and I like to build them up. And that is with nutrition, because how you feel is how you're going to act.
I like that. Now, Frank, before you came on the show, I got a chance to talk to a few people, and they had questions, right? But before we go any further, right, because I know you said we used to work together, but there's some people that really don't know our story. They don't know how I truly met you and how you came into this fitness game. Now, again, you've been a competitor, and you've been competing and lifting weights for a long time,
right.
And that's can never be taken away. And the power of that is I met you, and I want you to tell the story, because whenever I tell the story, it sounds like, man, he's telling the story.
He can talk.
But when you tell the story, it's going to be different. So go ahead.
Yeah.
How did we meet?
LA Fitness. We met at LA Fitness.
Okay.
Jay had his own business, and in a business, in which everybody would be like, they heard him. Let's go.
Right.
And I watched most of the trainers. I had been working at an office at the time.
Right.
And I was just training myself. And I was probably out of the bodybuilding industry for like, I don't know, maybe 15 years.
Right.
And I had a young son at the time, and I was training, and Jay came up to me with Kim Soden.
Yes.
And still with her today.
Yeah, so this every day.
And
yes.
He said, "Excuse me, can I bother you for a second?" I was doing leg extensions. I can't believe this is almost 30 years ago.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. So it's great
and
that
he
you
said,
remember.
"What did you have for breakfast?" And
Yes.
I looked at him. And I said what I had. I said oatmeal, or and he goes, talk to Kim.
Mm-hmm.
So anyway, we started talking. We trained a little bit. I was working at an office, and Jay said, "You know what?" After a while, he said, "You know what?" I trained a few times with him, and he said, "I want you to come on board." And I had just started working at this office.
Law office? What
It's
kind
a
of
law
office?
office.
Okay.
It was a law firm,
Okay.
and I had just done the whole like training. I was there for 2 weeks. That was it. And he came in. He goes, He walked in my job.
That's
I'm gonna
right.
come get her off her job.
Right.
He goes, "I'll be willing to pay you what you make here in cash."
Right.
I said, "Okay, I'll do that." But Jay's just like, "Let's do it right now." He always just been like, "Let's go." I said, "I have to give my 2 weeks notice." He goes, "This is your notice." And I said, "Okay." So I walked in the back, and I talked to the HR person. And as I was walking out, he says, "What if it doesn't work?" And I just turned around and I said, "What if it does?"
There we go. Thank you, Franny. Now watch this. I like that because many people don't know that what would just happen. And a piece of it, if I can add this, we was driving in my convertible car. We went to lunch, and I said, "I want you to come go to lunch with me," and she did. And driving her back, I said, "I don't want you to go back." She said, what? I got to go back. I'm at work. I'm like, Franny, look, we have the top down, right? I'm like, you're not going back to work. She's like, what are you talking about? I said, this is your notice. This is it. I want you to come on board. Whatever you make, I'm gonna match it, and you're gonna quit today. Today. And she looked at me and she said, today? I said, today. Today. I said, today.
I'm not used to that.
Yeah. She's more methodical and planned out. I'm like, today,
no,
you're gonna quit.
It's called the right thing to do.
Some people can call it the right thing to do, but I knew what I wanted. I knew what I wanted, and I saw something in her.
Yes.
And that's what I want to tell everybody today is that's how we met. Because I'm that person that's going to pull the trigger. I'm not going to wait around and wait around. And guess what? It did more than just work. It worked. It blew up. Right? Am I right about that?
Right.
So people have no idea when God tells you to move on something, boom, it exploded. Right? So it was beautiful. And one of the things she used to say to me, you do the talking, I'll do the trading. Leave me alone. Yeah, I don't want to talk to nobody. I just want to sit over here. I'm like, that'll change. Okay, I'll take it. Now, today, she's on a talk show about to do some talking. Yeah. So let's get started, Franny. I had some questions that I wanted to talk to you about. And if you can, let your hair down. Oh, it is down. All right, so let it down some more because there's some people that are out there that want to hear, how did you become the best? Now, understand, this woman has gone and got retired from bodybuilding, came back to bodybuilding, and came back and has won every single thing she got on stage to win. Now, I don't know if people really understand what goes into that, but what goes into it is not just lifting the weight. You got to have your mind right? You got to have your sleep right. Watch this. You got to have your life right. Watch this. You got to have your whole food prepared, right? You got to be ready to do whatever it takes, right? And this woman has done that. Now, many people want to talk about the age factor. Well, you're old and you got to watch it. She doesn't know that. Now, I'm not going to ask her to take off nothing, and that'll be her choice. But I'm going to, because it's something, and matter of fact, this is the best time to take off something, because this way you can do it one time and people just can play the tape over and over again. When I tell you she's in phenomenal shape, not just a little bit, not aerobic shape. No, she's in phenomenal shape. I'm talking abs up, shoulders, arms, chest, back, the whole get down. Why? Because of the years of discipline and the years of knowing what she wanted and knowing what she has to do. So all you young girls out there that are listening to so-and-so and so-and-so, I want you to hear a pro tonight. I want you to hear a pro, not coming just from me, but I want you to hear what a woman has to say about certain things. So one of the first questions that a lady has sent me, she said, how do I know, right? And why do women have more fat than men? Why? Why do they have more body fat than a man does? Because a man can do some jumping jacks and he leans out, and a woman has to do 4 hours of cardio. Is this what her question was? So how do you answer that? How do you speak to that client that, heavy chested, got a big round belly, and she says, well, I eat sometimes and I have a donut here and there and I do drink. And how do you take that client in? What do you say, Francesca?
Well, it's a very loaded question.
Yes, it is.
I have to know her age or...
Okay, let's just say 25 years old.
Oh, 25.
Yes.
Okay. So first of all, the testosterone in a man to a woman, okay, so it's the muscle mass.
Right.
And it's her... A lot of girls say, well... I have a young girl now, and she is 25.
Okay.
And she said, she was born that way. She was born big. No, she wasn't.
Speak. Mm-hmm.
It is her lifestyle. It's what her parents gave her, because we have a smaller one and we have a bigger one, and it's just genetics.
Yes.
When you're born, genetic, and it's your lifestyle that makes you that way.
Right.
So it's the cause. It's not. Oh, she ate so much. It's not eating and eating. Mm-hmm. And again, genetically, you have a certain look, but as we get older, everything starts to change.
Yes. Now, would you recommend if a client like that, and again, I don't want to stop you, would you recommend bread and cheese and low fat?
No.
I mean, but it's low fat.
It doesn't matter.
No. Oh,
fat is fat to me.
Oh,
it's not a low fat thing.
Okay.
Oh my God, here we go. Like, it's going to be like, oh my God, my calories are low.
There we go.
Yeah, but what are you eating?
Speak, thank you.
Because you could have a big abdominal area and small legs, and what happens is, if you're doing a calorie thing, you're going to get smaller, but guess what? You're still going to have that abdominal, and you're still going to have that small leg. But what we do is change the shape of your physique, and you could do that. You will still have longer legs, but I can make your waist come even smaller by building up that. And it starts with nutrition then.
Okay.
Because now I don't do the calories.
Okay.
I have a whole group of girls that are going away this weekend to Palm Springs for a bachelorette party.
Okay.
They know me. I'm a competitor still.
There we go.
I train them like they're competitors. You're competing for life. That's what you're doing. You're not going on stage, but your lifestyle is your stage. Right. Every day. Because they're like, I'm going to save my calories for drinking. Go ahead and do that, because you're going to come back to me and say, kick my butt, because that's what you know what, I just ate and you're going to feel crappy. And I said, I'm trying to save you from doing that.
That's right.
Because what are you celebrating? You're celebrating somebody else.
Right.
Celebrate yourself.
Amen.
By bringing your food with you.
Amen.
And if they don't have it, bring your food with you.
There we
that
go.
means that you have to make it.
Right.
Because there's only one girl out of 10 that is doing what I told her to do. Because why? She's 25, 26. She hasn't been this small since she was 18. And she's listening to me.
Okay. And what is some of the stuff you're having her do? Let's talk a real case.
I'm having her lift, believe it or not, I'm having her lift real heavy.
Okay, very good. Now, wait, it's been told you get bulky when you lift heavy.
Well, because you're eating crap.
Okay.
So you're feeding the muscle.
So that answered that question. Okay.
Yeah. So, and they don't eat and they do eat. And so they forgot who I was, because she had to figure out who I was.
Right.
Because I always say to her and everybody, I do not second guess my plan. I do not second guess anything that I tell you. So if you're saying, I'm not losing a pound when you're supposed to be losing it, believe it or not, I can make you lose a pound every day if you follow, and you're eating 4 to 5 times, 6 times a day sometimes. It's just what you're eating.
Right.
I'm starving. No, you were actually starving before, because what you're doing is you're starving yourself so you could eat at night and eat everything.
I see.
So again, I don't do calories, but if you're burning a certain amount of calories and you start throwing calories at me, I go, it's 3,500 calories to burn 1 pound of fat.
Okay.
So you could stay on that elliptical
There's
all
the
day
equation.
long.
There's the equation. See,
and they don't want to do that. So it's easier to do a food plan. Now they go, how long do you have to stay on it?
Come on.
When could we be done?
That's
well,
right.
I've been on and off of it for 40 years.
Oh, did anybody hear that? On and off for 40 years.
For
But
40
now
years.
when you say off, let's clarify that. For you, we're talking about you now. What is off for you?
Off. Okay, so if I go off, it's called eating my feelings.
Right.
If I've done that. I'm like, you know what? Up to date, as of like just this last week, I said, you know what? On my off days, I would go, la, 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 la. And I'm thinking, I'm like, that's not, I'm gonna have a cheat meal. No, you're not. You're hurting yourself.
Right.
So just have a bite or something, because when you start limiting yourself, you're like, you know what? When you start limiting stuff, whether it's people or food, then you don't even want it anymore.
There you go.
You don't want anything. I don't even drink anymore. Like I have a drink, and now I'm like, I can't. My son doesn't even do it. And he's young, and he's in that lifestyle. He's like, I stopped doing it.
Good.
But I don't even get. Oh, what does your son look like? Is he in a phenomenal shape? No.
Right.
Because he thinks I'm crazy. Because I tried to do that and train him when he was younger.
He ain't in
gets
that.
sick,
Right.
And he'd throw up. He's like, my mom's crazy. But when he wants to lose weight, what does he do? He gets on my food plan.
That's right.
I see him cooking. He's making the chicken, and it's all. They always say, "Oh, it's your chicken and asparagus diet." No, you eat that, but the asparagus is. I make you eat superfoods because I don't have the vitamins. I do take supplements, but I take the aminos because that's a lot of repair and growth.
Right.
So I don't take a lot of stuff. And again, you'll start feeling a lot better when you start eating well, because the inflammation that you cause yourself.
Right.
The joints hurt. Your joints hurt because you're inflaming them with the
That's
food.
right, with sugars and stuff like that.
Everything. It makes you think bad. It's just, you can't
There we
sleep
go.
right.
There we go. Now, see, there are some women out there right now, right? They are saying, wait a minute, like you were saying about the young lady, I'm overweight, and now you have me do what? 2 hours of cardio a day? Is it about my weight? Is that what you're designing your program to say, okay, I want to get your weight down and get your weight? Is it so much about weight, or is it so much about inches and weight, shape? What should you let be your guide, the scale or the mirror?
The mirror,
Okay.
because also they jump on the scale and they said, oh, look, I didn't gain any weight. And I said, well, put that. I have the waist trainer because I'm waist training. So even though I'm doing this today, I'm like, I'm still doing it. I'm bringing it in. I'm wearing it. Okay, does that work? No, that's why I'm wearing it.
Right.
Does that diet work? No, that's why I'm giving it to you.
That's right, right.
So what they do is they second guess and they start asking other people, what do you eat? What are you asking her?
That's right.
You're asking that girl in the gym what she eats because now she's in great shape. But guess what? In order for her to get in that shape, she ate different.
Right.
Ask her what she ate to get there.
That's right. There
Ask
we
her
go.
what she ate to get there, because right now she gets to eat other foods.
There we go.
Because once you get there, it's a little bit different. You could add a little bit more calories.
Right.
And then some of the calories come in.
That's
you
right.
can add a little bit more things.
Yeah, things, exactly.
You can add a little bit more
I was
things,
gonna
because
say.
in the beginning, what I do is because we live in a quick fix society.
Yes.
That's why there's pills. That's why it's like fast food. This is why. Oh, listen, and we have, as a matter of fact, a lot of food, prepping places.
Yeah, now
They're
they are.
loaded with sodium.
Yeah, now they are, yes.
And what is in that? What are you having? They have chicken. Everything looks yummy, but you're not going to lose a pound. You just spent $500 for the week.
Wow. Wow.
And you haven't lost a pound. So let's do my food plan again. And I'm not saying that those places are not good. I mean, they're good for the average Joe. They're not eating out.
Right.
But you're still eating out. Because in order for you to keep that preserved, you have to put something in it or they're going to have to throw it away.
Absolutely.
So that's why I say make your own food. Don't let anybody else make it because you know what comes with that? It's your own. You're doing it yourself. Everything is empowerment to me.
Right.
Okay, so when you come in and you're crying, you're like, I'm going to look good for him and I'm going to get, no, you're looking good for you.
Right.
And then you're not going to care about him.
Or her.
You're going to care about her or him.
Right.
And then everybody's just going to start coming to you because you don't have to chase nobody because you're chasing yourself and getting in shape. Because, okay, so there is so many things to go behind, like if a woman's big or, she had kids. Okay, so again,
yes,
the skin is an organ.
Yeah.
Okay, it gets tight in a matter of time. So get it down there first.
Right.
I'm not against plastic surgery at all. I love the doctors, but get it down for. Don't use that as a means of getting in shape as liposuction. That's so bad.
Okay, there. I want to speak on that because there's another lady saying, "Well, I'm just going to get a little bit. I'm going to get it sucked out first, and then I'm going to change my diet." What do you say to that?
That's the worst thing you could do.
Oh, okay.
Because a lot of doctors will say lose the weight first, and then we'll do that.
What about the doctors that don't? Because they're saying that now.
Because they want the money.
Okay.
But
what about the customer?
They want the money.
What about the person, though? What do you recommend for that person or whoever's listening to us right now that's saying, hey, Francesca, you know what? You can probably say that. You've been lifting weights. You got great genetics. You did this. But you've disciplined your life to look the way you do, right? So there's a lot of people that don't quite put the two together. And friend, we got to go back a ways because the generation that you and I grew up in, we watched the championship bodybuilders. I
love our generation.
Yes. Well, don't get me wrong.
I love it.
I'm saying, but we and the generation of bodybuilding I'm talking about.
I know.
But in that generation of bodybuilders, they did the work. Lee Haney said one time, he said, it took me 10 years, right, just to get to a place where I can even try to qualify. And then finally, when I did qualify for the Olympia, it took me 20 years to become a pro. Yeah. These people are turning pro in a weekend or 6 weeks. Pro. What's going on? Wait.
And even the ones that should have been winning, again, they're like, well, he already won twice. Let's get him over.
Absolutely. So here we are in a society right now, right, that's just rewarding folk, just handing out rewards. There you go. Because people don't realize that comes with work. But if you don't understand the work that she has to go through, right? So everybody's like, I just want it fixed. So what do I have to run? What juice do I have to take? What diet do I have to drink? What drink do I have to drink? Okay, I'll just get some of this sucked up, but I want to look like you. It's not going to happen. And we're not Debbie Downer here. We're just saying, wait, but you got to understand the truth. Weightlifting does not care that it's 2020 and 2019, okay? It does not care about that. What it cares about is, are you disciplined? Are you eating? Are you consistent? And are you going to do the work? That's what this cares about. So if you're not on that page, then you can't get this reward. Right? Zumba won't give you this reward. Right? Yoga won't give you. Is there anything wrong with that? No. But it won't give you the weight training reward, if that makes sense. So when you understand there's so many people that are so disillusioned because other people are trying to make money off you. Look, Franny don't have to lie. I don't have to lie about it because for 20 years, 30 years between us here, doing this whole thing is only one way to get this. You don't get nice quads, nice back from strapping the rubber band and wiggling the ropes. You don't get that from that. No. Okay, those are activities. Those are things. You have to get back to the training side of this thing. And too many people are not on a training side. And that's the problem because it's setting up discouragement because they're thinking, well, wait a minute. The guy on the Instagram said that I could eat cheeseburgers and still be in shape. Ma'am, sir, you weigh 250, right? I don't think you should be eating a cheeseburger. Ma'am, I don't know if you should be eating a bowl of rice. Sir, I don't know if you should be drinking that soda. I know I'm 16 and I'll just run it off. No, it doesn't work that way. So that's the reason why I said I wanted to make sure that we don't lose sight why it's so important to us. It's so important to get the right information. She said to me one time on the phone, she said, Jay, our generation is slipping away. We got to teach people what we know. My God, they don't understand. And she's right. So I'm so grateful that Francesca's here today because it's going to, I hope you women are listening. I really hope, and again, men too, but I just really hope you women are listening because it's different when it comes from a woman. And they're sitting there saying to you, no, you're going to get bulky when you lift weights, you're going to get big. And she just said to you, no, baby, it's what you eat. Don't listen to these fly-by-night people that come in and say, well, I'm a so-and-so and I'm a guru and I'm a this. Hey, excuse me, sir. It goes by your experience and your evidence. Francesca has a book of befores and afters that she's collected over the years. And as you know, I have them too. 3,000 pictures now, almost going on to 5,000. And again, that's where the proof is in the pudding. Yes. You wouldn't just take your baby and drop it off at a place that say child care. You would find out who goes there. You talk to the women, you talk to the men, you drive by in the morning, you drive by at night, you check it out. Well, when people see a shirt that says trainer on it, everybody's the same. Absolutely not. Yes. Now, Brandy, I want you to speak to that if you can. About these people that are telling folk they can eat cheeseburgers and fries. What do you say to that?
Well, because they don't know.
Okay, thank you. So they don't know.
They don't know.
Okay.
And plus, you know what? There is like the nutritionists. They are like most of the certifications they teach you about nutrition.
Right.
But they all go by calories.
Right.
That's how they do. Okay, so I don't do that because at the end of the day, I see them in the gym. We have some really good coaches, and I've seen them train, but the trainer or the client doesn't train sometimes because the client wants to know exactly what to eat. They want to know, okay, so you could just eat this and this, but no, what did you eat yesterday? I had this and this. Well, no, don't eat that. Well, what do I eat?
Right.
So I have exactly what to eat. Everybody gets an email of their pictures before, and then they get another email later about, and I tell everybody exactly the same thing. Some of them get like different, so I have to sit there and I write.
So you plan it out.
When
you read each person's body.
They might get more than the other,
right.
But the way of thinking I put on there. So I know that this one is a nurse and she's going to be working
18 hours days.
What's she going to do? You know.
Now, do you ever recommend balanced bar to anybody?
Never.
Thank you.
There's no bar.
I need to say this really quickly.
The only bar is the bar that they're pushing.
Is that 45-pound Olympic bar?
Yeah,
okay.
That's the bar.
Do you ever recommend? What is it called? The power breakfast, where you make the pancakes out of the batter with the sprinkles on it, and you the protein batter and the butter and the syrup and. I'm already 40 pounds overweight. I'm down 20. And what do you recommend with that deal? And again, we're making a fictitious thing here.
Okay. I would never,
You wouldn't do it?
Okay. I do make a waffle, but here's my waffle.
Okay, right. Let's hear yours then.
It's 3 egg whites.
Okay.
Dry oatmeal.
Y'all write it down.
And like there is no gluten in the oatmeal.
That's right.
And cinnamon, stir it up, and put it in that waffle maker, and you're like, oh, God.
Wow.
Like,
so you don't put no batter?
That is the batter.
Okay, but I'm just saying you don't add no batter to that and all this and that. Okay,
no.
okay.
Because I've seen girls do that.
Okay.
I've seen women do that, and I'm like, you haven't lost a pound.
There. So, in other words, when you do that,
because
right?
Because they're getting it from social media.
Okay.
Because the
Thank
people
you.
that they're getting it from are people that are 25 years old, and they're athletes. They can do that. They could run. So one of the few guys in the gym puts the shirt up, and they're talking about, okay, so I took my clients out the other day. Friday night. And he doesn't do that either. And we choose not to do that.
Never.
Because once it's out, how come I didn't get to go? Well, but I took him out for a reason. It was Friday night, took the young girls out. So they said, we went to the mall. Let's go get this. I don't even know what it's called. You would probably know. It's this one bowl, and it's got like the fruit in it, and it's got the stuff that, what is it? There you go. I don't even know, but he did.
Okay.
I knew that these girls, they wanted, I'm like, what is that? So they're like, it's so healthy. I said, okay. So I got all three of us and I ate it. They're like, oh my God.
Uh-oh.
And they put it on social media, and I knew I was going to get it.
Yeah.
But that's okay. I said, this is why I don't do this. I said, this is so full of sugar.
Right.
It is good. Mm-hmm. What is healthy? It's all sugar.
Right.
And you're eating it at night. We're eating it at night.
Wow.
So one of the guys in the gym had said, it's so healthy for you. I said, and he lifts up his shirt. He's got abs. I said, okay. You work with Tony Horton, okay? And, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
And you're flying all over the place, and you're 25 years old.
25, there it is.
And you're an athlete.
There it is.
These girls are not. Mm-hmm. Okay, so their body fat is up.
Okay.
And okay, if you had, say you get like a nice little treat. I don't like saying cheating.
Right.
So you get a little treat, and that's what you want. Mm-hmm. That's the. I want to say that's the best of the crap that you could have.
Okay.
Because they like to do, I'm going to have a burger, and I'm going to have, and all of a sudden they're having the whole day.
There it is.
You have one meal. The reason why I don't even let them or allow them 60 days, you have to go 60 days, and then you have one.
Clean.
clean.
Clean eating.
If I do it, you
Okay.
have to do it.
Okay, there it
Because
is.
I'm trying to tell them if I could do it, you could do it. Because back in the day,
Yeah.
my coach, okay, Jeff Ramsey, I'm putting your name out there, Jeff Ramsey. I went away on a vacation a couple of weeks before I was supposed to compete.
Right.
And I thought I was going to do it. I thought I'd take my food. Okay, anyway, I didn't. I ended up winning anyway, but he came up to me after I had the trophy and he said, "You didn't deserve to win."
Oh, wow.
Because that girl over here, Julie, I'll never forget her name, she deserved the trophy because she stayed in the gym and she worked her butt off. So just because you got, in shape, but I should have been in better shape, but I was in better shape. I was in shape,
Right.
To win. So after that, I never cheated on my diet. I never cheated.
How old were you when that happened?
I was 23.
Wow. It's important. See,
You have to go through something like that
Yeah.
to say I'm not going to do that
to
again.
reform you again, right?
My clients have to fall a little bit. And they went, some of them went to, you don't trust me that I'm not going to know. I'm not, it's not that I don't trust you. I know.
Right.
I already know that you can't do it because you're in the world.
Right.
You have to remove yourself sometimes when
Right.
you're doing something
Right.
from everybody, and it doesn't matter.
Well, what do you say to people who say, well, that makes me non-social. I need to be social, then I have a little glass of wine and
Then
some
do
yogurt.
that. Don't come to me and
Oh, okay.
cry.
All right. Okay.
If you're going to do that, like if it's a
But I'll
freedom
just
of
work
choice.
harder. What about the person say, I'll just work harder, Franny?
You work hard, it's going to take you a long time because
Okay.
either alcohol sits on your body. It doesn't digest like
Okay,
food.
so it's a chemical.
So the doctors will say, oh, you're going to have a glass of wine. Oh,
Right.
dark chocolate. Well, it's still chocolate. It
That's
doesn't
right.
matter.
Okay, speak.
A protein cookie, it's still a cookie.
Talk to the women, Franny. Talk to
It's
them.
still everything. It's just, okay, well, this is the ingredients. It says 0 calories. This is 0 calories, guys. Water
Right.
is 0 calories.
That's it. And no sugars in
And
there.
that's it. 0
Right?
calories.
Nobody made that.
So they'll say, oh, it's 0 this. And I said, but look at the ingredients, what you see. Undo the
Right,
flap.
right. There it is.
There's the ingredients.
That's right.
There's something holding that together. We went back and forth, and over somebody was doing like a little, gym promotion, and they had all these little cookies and
That's
stuff.
right.
And I saw my client, and they had given her one. I jumped over,
The counter.
and I grabbed that, and I threw it right in the trash in front of him. What are
Right.
you doing?
Right.
I said, it's a cookie. I don't care what you say.
Understory.
Yeah, but it's that. Okay, but wait a second. There's protein. Where are you getting the protein from?
There we go.
Okay, so then, like, even in the meat department, like,
Right,
they
right.
say, I'm not eating meat. Those poor animals, really.
Oh, wait a
I have
minute.
to
I love
get
this one.
Get out with the
I
animals.
love this one,
But,
Freddie.
okay, I understand the hormones and everything, but
I love this
I
one.
do organic. I go to Trader Joe's. I get the organic. I don't get I get hormone free. What are you so worried about the animals? Really? Because somebody else says, I mean, come on, eat.
Well, let me ask you this question, because this is another one of the questions that I got today that somebody gave me, and I'm like, you know what, I really want to, I can voice these, but I want Franny to speak to two of these questions. What about that person that says, hey, I heard so-and-so was a vegetarian, and you can build muscle eating plant-based stuff, and you can get ripped on that. What do you say to that individual that really earnestly thinks?
I've seen it in the gym.
Okay.
I've seen it in the gym. They get to a certain point, especially the band, because they have testosterone,
Okay.
And they're training hard.
Okay.
And then as they, some of them haven't gone into the shows because I watch them. I watch
Okay.
everybody.
As you do.
Because you still have that body fat.
There it is.
It's going to accumulate on the
There
back.
it is.
It's going
There
to
it is.
accumulate under the legs. It's going to accumulate. And they're
Okay.
like, I can do everything to get this. And they do so many
Yes, they do.
back exercises. I'm like, it's not that.
No.
It's because the food that you're eating is settling on your body.
There it is. And not only that, plant-based protein is a different type of protein than animal protein, which will require a different look. You can say, I'm going to put orange
all
juice
about
in
a
my
look.
gas tank,
Yeah.
right? It ain't going to work out.
Yeah.
Straight gas will do it. Do you know if you put diesel in a car that's supposed to have regular, just gas in it, you'll ruin the engine. Are they both fuel? Yes. But one will ruin the engine because that's not supposed to be in there. When you want to get cut and lean, maybe in the next segment she may bless us and show y'all how she looks so that you can see that we're not just making this up. But one of the biggest pieces, friend, is that so many women are the ones that fall victim to all of this stuff because people tend to sell everything to women. If you looked at the old school JCPenney's magazine, right, if the book was this thick and 5 pages were dedicated to men and 800 pages was to women because they sell to women everything because everybody's so quick to jump on board all the quick fixes.
Right.
And you're saying there is no quick fix. But here's one question I want to ask.
I have to
Go ahead.
because I know I have to say that I'm not saying that everybody has to eat meat because they're going to be calling in.
No, and let them call in. But I want to
But I'm
say,
saying this
we
is all
talked about a
we're talking
particular look.
Yeah, a look. We're talking about a look.
That's right.
So if you're going to go, oh,
right.
this and this, you know, because
That's
I've
right.
seen people in the gym, they're like, oh, progress instead of perfection, and they keep going because they're eating every week.
Come on.
I said to one guy, I said, listen, I'm all about perfection. I don't know about you. That progress makes you stuck.
Thank you.
Progress makes you
Would you
stuck.
say that's a built-in word now to kind of stay mediocrity, right? Kind of just mediocre. Like, no, I gotta
Because
do my thing.
My mediocre is their best.
Okay, see, there it is. Because see,
I
I
don't
like
do
that you're saying this. I
mediocre.
like that you're saying it because there's so many people that get so locked into it. Thank you, brother. So locked into it that they don't understand that here's an opportunity to learn from some of the best. And I consider Francesca one of the very best. And again, I don't endorse a lot of people, and some of you guys know my story, and we're gonna get into a touch of that too. Why I got kicked out of the gym. A lot of people don't understand. They don't understand why did this boy get kicked out of every gym he's ever gone to? Is he a troublemaker? What's going on?
No.
We'll get into that on the next segment because I wanted to say why do you care so much? Because you jumped over the counter and threw that away. I mean, it's like, wait a minute, why do you care so much?
I thought, you know, as a matter of fact, that is so that you said that because today, all I kept thinking about, my girl's going to, you know, Palm Springs this weekend, and I said, Francesca, I even text one of them. I said, I'm going to let you guys go.
Wow.
I'm not going to follow you on social media to see what you're eating because if I care more than you do,
Wow.
I can't.
Come on.
So you guys do it. You guys all know my food plan.
Right.
Help one another out.
Right.
I care so much because that's my passion.
Right.
And then what I do is they all know, and my favorite thing is I'll walk away. I don't walk away from them. I just walk away from caring so much. Come on, you could do it. And I'm
Right.
I fell. But okay, it's your 5th time.
Right.
Okay, so I'm gonna show you. And listen, this is not. Oh, she's genetically no, because we don't have good genetics in my family. It's hard work. Because I changed the shape of my legs. I changed the shape of my arms and my back, my midsection, because in my family now, all the girls were all over 50, and some of us in our 60s.
Right. How many girls in your family?
There's 6 girls and 1 boy,
Did y'all hear that? And what number do you fall in?
and number 5.
Wow.
Number 5.
Number 5. So
So my dad will say, I got 6 hens and 1 rooster.
right. Amen. So anyway, I don't know if my director's telling me that we got to cut and go to a commercial. I don't know, but we need to take a small break. And guys, we'll be right back with Francesca, letting people know why did Jay from Jnetics get kicked out of all the gyms that he ever went into. Franny knows the story. She was there. So check you guys out in the next segment.